Hello guys, this is Robert here with Slow Life Trading. Welcome back to another episode of the slow life part of Slow Life Trading, okay? What I'm gonna do is address the deal where a lot of people are asking me, so how is the house going? How's this going? How's that going with the house? Well, the house is going really nice, and it looked like the move-in date should be somewhere towards the end of the month of June. Okay, end of the month. I'm hoping at the latest the middle of July. Okay, but the reason why I haven't been showing the updates is because I kind of decided that it may be getting a little bit too personal, and we got some wacko people out there, and you know, I don't want no problems, and I don't want people just coming into my house, knocking on the door, or whatever the case may be, because trust me, it happens, okay? So this is gonna be our permanent residence in Mexico, not our temporary resident. We're not just renting, we're buying. So this is where we're gonna be. So I've pulled back on showing a lot of the stuff, showing videos of the house for the most part on YouTube. And if I know you and I see you and you come by the house, that's different, okay? But just for putting it out there for the whole world to see, we kind of decided against that. So this video that I'm about to show is probably going to be the last thing that I'm going to show about the house. But I am liking it, guys, okay? And I wish they would hurry up, and they're moving slow. But I will tell you this, if you ever have a house built in Mexico or buy a house and have it renovated in Mexico, be prepared to visit your house often. Check everything that they're doing. Make corrections in the midst of them doing it, because they just do some things different here, okay? And it may not be to your liking. So you just want to make sure that they're doing things to your liking. It may not be nothing major, but if you're like me, little things are major, okay? I mean, I'm trying to think of some little thing. And we have a great architect, okay? And she is an architect that is used to working with a lot of U.S. and Canadians and foreigners and people of high standards. But she's not the one doing the work. She's the one managing the work, okay? So, and then some things that they just not used to having that they have in the U.S. And there's nothing wrong with the way that they do it here. But if you're used to the way that it's done in the United States, then some of these things, that's the way you want it done. For some of you guys, that could be a pool, okay? You may want pumps and whatnot in the pool, okay? I decided not to go that route because the pool was already there. We just wanted to make it a little bit deeper. And, you know, we're gonna have pool services probably coming out every week. And because you can drain your pool and fill it back up, and it doesn't really cost you anything because we have a well and we're filling it up with water from the well. So water, excessive uses of water is not a big thing here. So for that reason, I decided not to go with the filter system of the pool. And because we can have someone come in and clean it every week. And who knows, I may get me a vacuum pump, a pool vacuum myself, or one of them little robots that runs throughout the bottom of the pool and kind of use that. So for those reasons, I decided not to go with that. And I think having that little robot thing is a lot cheaper than if they would have had to dig around that whole pool and put in piping and all that kind of stuff to give it a filtration system, a filter system. And even with the filter system, you still need the pool guy to come in and clean out your pool. So for those reasons, I decided against that. But that's just me. Some of you guys may want that. And for all of those reasons, it's part of the reason why if you have a house renovated, or if you have a house remodeled, or you're building a house, you want to be there, okay? Some of you guys want a pressure system. Some of you guys want a filtered system throughout your water so you can have fresh water at the tap. All kinds of stuff, okay? You may want the sprinkler system in your yard. Whatever the case may be. But, it's just a difference, guys. With me, one of my major things was the grouts in the tile. I have walked through a lot of houses that we was looking to buy, and I have noticed that the grout, the tiles are not level. They're not straight. And I'm not going to tell you mine are 100% perfectly straight, okay? But I have done my work to try to make sure that they get to that point. They will build a wall and then start knocking out holes and then come back and patch it. And then when they do the patch, you see that patch, okay? That has been another issue that I have a major, major problem with. Well, I know you're going to see that patch, but I need you to make it at least where it's hard to see. So things of this nature is some of the stuff that I've been really, really dealing with. And it's stressful, okay? It's stressful because you're building a house that you've paid for to move in, and now you're still paying rent on another place while you're waiting. And when it goes past the time that they tell you, you kind of anticipate it may go 2 months past that time, okay? At least I did. She told me 6 months. I figured it'll be about 8 months. But I didn't figure it's going to take over a year, okay? So, but I'm telling myself it's worth it to take a year or even more for them to get the things done right the way that I want them done. Little things, guys. The trim around the countertops. In my washroom, they put a little sink in there, okay? And they put an outdoor faucet to run into that sink. I really didn't want an outdoor faucet. But I decided, since it's my laundry room, that I can live with that, okay? I would have rather have bought just a cheap indoor faucet rather than to put an outdoor faucet there. But, I can live with that. But sometimes people can't live with these small little changes that they do. So, anyway, just some of the stuff here's a situation that happened. I told them to make all of my electrical outlets outside, waterproof. So their ideal of waterproof was to get the waterproof electrical outlet, but one of them they put up as high as where the light switch is. Now, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why they would want to put a light switch, 4 feet up the wall. Not a light switch, but electrical plug outlet, 4 feet up the wall where the light switch is. And then when I talked to my architect, she said, well, you said you wanted it waterproof, so they figured they would bring it up high so water wouldn't get to it. I was like, okay, at least now I understand why they done that. Because for the life of me, I didn't understand that, okay? They had to move it, and then there goes another patch in the wall, okay? And they brought it down low. Another thing, on my patio, I had one electrical plug outlet way on the other side of the room. On the other side of the patio. Well, here you live outside. I may bring radio or I don't know, my laptop may need to be plugged up or anything. And if I'm out there with someone other than myself, I need more than one plug outlet. So I had to tell them to put some, additional plug outlets out there. Different little things like that, okay? Here's another thing that happened, and this is why you have to be there. In one of my bedrooms, they put up these light switches that would be next to your nightstand so you can turn off the light without having to get up and go to the door and turn out the light. A good idea, right? Right. Okay. But in this room, they put the light switch about 2 inches above the electrical outlet. Well, the electrical outlet is behind your nightstand. And if your light switch is 2 inches above that, that means the light switch will be behind the nightstand. So what do they have to do? They have to plug that up, which means that's another patch. Then they have to beat the cement up, break it up and run some electricity up another, foot or so, and then put the electrical outlet there, the plug switch, to turn it off and on switch there. Well, now you got a patch where they run the wire up to that switch, where if they would have done that right in the first place, you wouldn't have that plug. So different little things like that. And these things would happen in the US as well, but sheetrock is easier to hide a patch than concrete is, okay? So for me, I don't like all these patches in my wall. Now it may be hitting a little bit because you paint your walls white, and white hides a lot of your imperfections. Different little thing. And then I'm gonna cover this one more thing, and then I'm gonna show you the video that I'm gonna show you. One more thing that's a problem. When they're putting the final coat over your bricks and making your wall flat and even, they use a board that's about 2 feet long, and they smooth it all down with that board, okay? That board is flat, and I love that. But when they get done with the wall is not flat. The wall is, I can't even understand why when you have a flat board, this wall doesn't come out really flat. It's not smooth. It has a lot of little bumps. I'm gonna tell you what it looks like to me. When you're driving down a typical road here in Mexico, the road may be flat, but it's not flat. You still feel those little bumps, right? Like you're moving like this. Well, when you look at that wall, that's the same thing you see. Why is that wall like that when you're using a flat board? Okay? Now, I said all that to say this, because one friend asked me this. He said, okay, with all them problems, do you think you still would leave Mexico? You still want to live in Mexico? I'm like, yeah. What you have to do, guys, and it's nothing wrong with any of those problems, okay, for the most part. Some of them it may be, but for the most part it's not. It's just a matter of me adjusting to the way things are done here, okay? Things are done different. Not wrong, not right. Different. Okay, if someone that lived here moved to the US, they would have complaints the same. Okay, they would be complaining about this soft sheetrock. If they hit the wall with their fist, they would punch a hole in the wall. That would be a major deal for them. Okay, not because sheetrock is wrong, because it's different. So I'm not complaining so much of things being bad here. I'm just not used to the way that things are done here, okay? And it's taken me some time to get used to it. Okay, with all that being said, here comes the video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, okay? And please subscribe if you haven't. And then the next thing is, if you have any kind of comment about this, leave your comment down at the bottom. If you have some constructive criticism for me or of me on this video, I understand. But do your best to try to keep it clean and respectful, because I'm trying to keep this respectful, okay? I have no complaints about the way things are done. It's just different, and I'm trying to adjust to the difference, okay? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, And check out the video, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace out. Okay, guys, I just had to show you. I'm standing in the pool now, and as you can see, this pool is just as deep as I am. I mean, just as tall as I am. I'm loving it! So I'm inside the pool. The guy, they put a ladder down here so I could get out. They got down here and got myself stuck. But anyway, man, I'm loving it. Loving this pool, baby. Loving this construction they doing. They doing so much detailed work. I mean, I'm just looking at the details that they doing. I see why these houses don't blow over when we get a strong wind. They're so solid. Guys, I gotta tell you this. Today, they filled up the pool so they can test it to see how it holds water, make sure it's not leaking. And I had to come back over here tonight to get in it. Oh, don't you know I love swimming in that pool. Anyway, let me show it to you. You see the bar stools over there? Got the bench right there, the stairs over there. Hey, they moving slow, but they are making progress, okay? And that much I do like.